Good afternoon, boss.
Good afternoon.
So we're out mowing up some leaves today. Just 1 yard. We have a bunch to do still. We have a whole list of all of our clients, and I've been knocking off ones that I know we're not going to go back to. Then I still have a list of probably like 20-something more that you're going to have to go over, and we're going to have to email and see if they want us to come and do a last cleanup. We already know 4 or 5 that we are doing still. This one, 3 more down there, and then Shelly we got to get to.
Yeah. So, and which is good because I think we're supposed to get a storm tomorrow, which I definitely think that the rest of the leaves should come down.
Yeah, I think it's going to get windy and stuff. They're almost all down.
Well, yeah, we still have some oaks, yeah, that are still holding
some
on.
of them oaks will keep their leaves until spring.
And we saw some Bradford pears that still had leaves, right? Which is really weird, but...
Now, we will get back to the wall project and the landscaping on the hill probably in a couple weeks.
Yeah.
They're doing a lot of work on building that addition back there. So we're just letting them do what they can do. Because this is a project we can take our time with. And I figured that because it's a lot of work for 2 people.
Yeah, we actually even originally thought that we weren't going to get as much dug out as we did. And then when we found out, like, okay, well, they postponed the footing again, so let's hurry up and do it. And that's why we did it.
So we dug a bunch out, and it's hard as a rock back there, that stuff.
Goodness.
So it's going to be fun. We might run a machine one more time after we get the post out of the ground to pick up any remaining dirt and dig into the hill a little more. I'm going to have to hand dig a lot of the footing area I got to do, and it's going to take a lot of work and a lot of energy. But
I was telling Carl maybe a jackhammer, to be honest with you. So I don't know if you guys have any ideas. You know,
we'll see. It's hard as a rock.
This is a learning process, and the client knew, you know, we know what we're doing as far as building a wall and all that goes. Yeah,
it's mainly you got to tamp your base down, make sure it's all level, put your rock behind the wall, put your corrugated pipe back there behind the wall for drain, and we're just going to hook it to the other pipes that are there, and then we're going to backfill the wall with gravel up further and further as we go, and then we'll put of course the cloth to keep the dirt from coming in. We're going to put deadmans in and stuff like that, all the fun stuff you're supposed to do. It's not going to be easy. It's going to be a lot of physical work because the machines can't do what we need them to do back there. So
and we kind of knew that,
and that's why we do things in the winter, because if this takes us a couple months, then it is what it is. But and in the meanwhile, the client knows we're doing other things, because even though we have a big project, we still got to do all our other little things to have income coming in. We can't just do the wall for a month and a half and then not have
and only have that
in.
So yeah, as long as you're keeping your client up to date and giving them, you know, communication is key, and then just making sure that you're crossing all your T's and dotting all your I's and doing your research to be sure that you're doing it right. So you're good.
Okay, we're going to get out and do this cleanup done. And we are going to come back and prune this probably sometime next week.
And then before we leave this development today, we did get an email. We have to go check a shrub. Just by pictures, we're thinking it may be scale.
So
we're
going to spray it and cut out the dead probably.
So we're going to go check that out.
Throw that in the garbage.
You guys can see that.
Okay, let's get out and get this
Here's the leaf cleanup we're doing. Man, there's a lot of leaves in this yard. Sometimes in previous years, we blew them over the road into the woods there because that's just all woods. But we're going to try to keep them all on this side this year and push them to the back here. So let's get out and get this done. go. That one's done. Took us 47 minutes. Not bad. Not bad. Right?
Oh, boy.
It's all the way down to the base of this one.
Oh, no. I don't know if we're going to be able to save this.
Good evening, boss.
Good evening. Did you want to turn off the car?
Today we're going to do another leaf cleanup, guys. Oh, we're done today.
We're done.
We're not doing any more leaf
You
cleanups.
confused me. I'm like, what?
I like confusing the boss.
I'm like, did we not do a beginning?
No, we did a beginning. I was just being a jokester. Yeah, we did that one leaf cleanup. That's it for the day. It was
Oh, gosh, a lot
dusty,
of leaves.
but you seen we made them all disappear to the back, so.
The only issue that I had was on that one side.
And
and if you guys saw, yeah.
Rachel made a good point. Everybody keeps telling us to get a chute blocker for the mower, and I have to explain all the time. We have a chute blocker on the 48. I've mulched leaves before in the past with the 48, and what happens is when you have a chute blocker on or a mulch kit and you have thick leaves, it mows and leaves the leaves in a pile. If you guys seen towards the end of this video, she had the bagger on. That almost acts like having a mulch kit on because the leaves can't go anymore once the bagger. And what happens is they all stay in the same spot on the yard. And the reason we don't put a mulch kit on or a chute blocker is because Rachel will mow them over a couple times and then she'll start pushing them, and some stays in the grass and the rest gets pushed. And as you push them across the yard to the area we're trying to get them to, by the time you get to the other side of the yard, they're completely mulched up and you don't have just piles everywhere.
They're just, and that's what we find works best for us.
And be honest with you, it's faster. Everybody keeps saying the mulch, and no, it's faster. We do leaf cleanups in anywhere from 30 to an hour and 10 minutes.
Yeah.
And we clean up the whole yard.
Yeah.
So
I mean, and we're going to go back there to prune. So that's why Carl didn't get real in where the liriope was, or, you know, and it's good for the mulched up leaves to be in the beds anyway. But that's not what we did. We pushed them all to the woods, and that's what we've always done in that yard. And we're very lucky we can do that in a lot of yards.
Yeah.
But it really is beneficial for the leaves to be mulched up. It starts that breakdown process. But we also don't want to leave clumps of leaves. Or
too much mulched up leaves in areas. Because if you guys, some guys will mow it all into a circle, then go over it a bunch of times. And nothing wrong with that if that's how you guys like to do it. Everybody does their cleanups a certain way, differently. There's nothing wrong with that. But they mulch them up into the middle of the yard, and then there's a thicker mat there. If you don't blow all that out, not saying you have to, because if you're not treating yards and the grass isn't beautiful anyway and people don't care, you can leave that there. It'll break down eventually. But we don't want to leave it thicker on the lawns because it does hurt it over time. So
it will leave bare spots. And if you guys don't know, fescue is not one of those spreading grasses. Fescue,
it's a clumping grass.
Yeah. So if it's bigger, if an area is bigger than your fist,
it's not going to fill in.
It's not going to fill in. So, you know, that's why we don't want to leave, you know, clumps of leaves, because then it could eventually just, you know, kill that area, and then it's not going to fill in.
So hopefully a little tip.
And that yard, she actually didn't seed this year.
And we sprayed, so it killed all the weeds, and now there's bare spots.
Yeah.
If we would have known she wasn't going to seed, we wouldn't have sprayed a month earlier.
Yeah.
But we assumed she's done it every year, so.
And then I guess it was just too much. She wanted to get the yard cleaned up first, but I don't know. So, you know,
that's the explanation why we don't necessarily use a chute blocker. And Rachel's gotten so good at mowing with that big mower that we don't get much in the beds when we're not doing leaves and we're mowing grass. She tells me it would be easier with a chute blocker, but all the yards are the same, and we're not picking up any more accounts for her to learn.
Yeah, and so like I don't need a chute blocker to keep stuff out of the beds. I have my patterns down where I know what I'm doing. But I do understand what you guys are saying with the chute blocker and a mulch kit. And maybe it would help just a tiny bit to shred the leaves up a little bit more. But again, that beast, that 61-inch mower, it shreds leaves like no other mower. Like Carl's mower doesn't do that. His
well, it's got 37 horsepower. So
yeah,
you got
exactly. So it has 37 horsepower, you guys. So it really shreds those leaves up. So that is why we mulch and push, mulch and push. And I know that we're not the only ones who do that, because who else were we just watching that did that? And I was like, now that's how you do a leaf cleanup.
Who was it? Musey?
No, it was Billy Goat.
Oh, Billy Goat. Yeah. Billy Goat and Dolan they work together.
Yeah. So Dolan, Dulin, hopefully we're saying it right. I know that he's had a channel for a while, a vlog for a while.
Dolan Cut and Trim, I think it is.
Yeah. And then Billy Goat, we met like years back. We saw him at GIE, 2019? Maybe we met him and Michelle. Yeah. And we kept telling him, start your channel every time. And he finally did this year. So go check him out, Billy Goat. And he has all kinds of, like, what did he have? All his mowers on there.
Yeah.
And a couple leaf cleanups.
And they collaborate together because they both have their own businesses to get big jobs done. So, which isn't a problem if you guys can do that and you guys have a guy to help you do that, or two companies. That's awesome.
Yeah, that's nice.
There's plenty of work out there for everybody, and you guys can help each other out.
Yep.
So
we've always said that.
We do aerations for one of our friends who's in lawn care and seed and everything. So
yeah, and we really appreciate them. So well, we appreciate you guys watching and all your comments and likes. So continue to please like, comment, share, and subscribe.
And be happy, guys.
Or at least try.
Have a good night.
Have a good night.